Hello geeks and welcome back to Everyday Normal Greek. This is Stamatis and today I'm here with you to answer the question: what are the buoys in Works and Resource Soviet Republic? So we're going again with another tutorial, and this time I'm gonna focus on ships. And if you open the ships tab very fast, we will see that we have like a lot of stuff around, like harbors, we have like dry docks, we have like the ship docks to buy our ships, we have the ships themselves, but we have these strange little things that are the buoys. Okay, it says create and cancel buoy, and this is something that baffled me initially and forced me to like search a bit more and see what are the buoys about. There is not adequate documentation in this game, and it's normal that might be that people have like a lot of questions regarding aspects of the game, and buoys was one of my biggest questions. And it turns out to be that it's simple than you think, and buoys is something simple and something that you should use on your saves right here right now, as if you are having like seaplanes. And I will explain you why. So let's go and analyze first of all how the ships are working without buoys. And if you check here, I have already set up a few lines that they're starting from this little nice bay over here, and there are like some passenger lines with this Meteor 342, which are very fast ships, and there are also some cargo lines that are like being executed either with the Volgobalt or with the Frida cargo ships, which are significantly slower than the fast Meteors. And what happens is that despite being at sea, the game itself treat the ships like kinda as let's say water trains. How can I express this better? Because they follow, if you see this like predefined routes all the time, they can surpass those ships. But in general, for example, if they are like, if they follow like similar lanes, especially in narrow passes. So for example, here all the ships from my cargo port and from my passenger port are going to follow the same path. And the problem is that if these are stuck behind the much slower like tanker ships, they're going to slow down, same like when they are like, let's say, on a road or in a train line. Okay, and that can significantly lower transport times for whatever reason you might have. It might be passengers, might be even cargo, you know, some you don't want to mix it. So what buoys do is very simple. They just add waypoints to your ship's path, and they allow you to customize a ship's path according to your need. So let's go ahead and plop down, or poop down if you prefer, some buoys. Okay, so let's just open the menu here. So we're going here and we're just having the buoys, and let's go to this side here. We have like two ports close by, and let's say I want to create like some predefined routes for my two passenger ports. Okay, so one passenger port is here in Smaliajavka, and the other one is here in Alveraco. Okay, so I want to create this passenger line, and I'm going to start pooping down buoys. And the point is, like, I want to put down buoys everywhere in the sea, but not too close. You see, the game does not allow me to put buoys too close to the ground. So here is green, if you see, it's green, but if I go too close to the ground, it becomes red. And same to the ports. So if I go too close to a port, it becomes red. So it needs a certain distance from a port. Okay, so I will put it just a bit forward and to the right, like here, and you see immediately it becomes purple. So I'm just going, since it's a straight line, I'm just going to poop down a few more, like in a fairly straight line, and as I want in a bit the path that I imagine that my ships will be taking, they will come a bit open here, and maybe they will take a small turn here, and then they will just arrive like to this point here, and from this point here, and then here, and then they will go to the terminal, and then from the terminal again let's create the outbound line. So from here to here to here, then to here and here and here and here and here, and a last one, let's say, for the turn here. So now we can just go ahead and create the line. So let me pick up the first little ship. So it's this one, this Meteor here, sitting down and waiting for the schedule. So we're just going to put like buoys on the schedule. It's fairly simple. You just like put at the master station, like so. I will add the first cargo station. Then if you notice, when I'm on the add station like mode, these are purple, hard to spot, especially in the sea in this game, but nevertheless it's possible. It will take your eyes out probably. Make sure you have good contrast on your screen or something, but a lot of stuff are weirdly colored in this game. So you see, when I add the first weapon, Doom, it's here. Doom or Boom, it's here, like right here below, so it gets added to my schedule. So I will add the second one here, and the third one, and the fourth one, fifth, sixth, and then we arrived in the port. So this is the next stop. It was added, and then let's start adding waypoints on our way back. So we're adding all the waypoints here as well, and then just like here, probably it was added here, and then in the station, which actually this last one we don't need it, because you know, according to the game mechanics, like when the vehicle, the ship will reach this waypoint, it's going to reset the schedule back to the first one. So they just make this cycle through the stop. So let's not lose any more time and make this meteor to start, and let's just watch. Okay, and before we start, actually, how this goes, just for the like control check. Okay, so as a control like group, we will have another sim who will be simply doing this. Okay, back and forth, just a simple one. So we're going to start this as well, this meteor as well, and then just let them roll in a fast forward speed, and let's see how they behave. So the first meteor, the one who leads this pack, is like the one who has the actual schedule with the like buoys. The second meteor is the one who has like the simple schedule, and we will see the differences on the path they're choosing. Okay, so first meteor is there. Okay, it's leaving. Night is coming. That's not very good for us. So you see, he tries immediately to follow the waypoint. He goes like that. Now he should turn, yes, to follow the other waypoint. And this is just a simple route. And look what he's doing. He's just going like straight, really close to the beach, but might be that at some point we'll take some weird turns, you know. Okay, it's night, but we can see there are like waters that they leave in the back. This like the waves. Okay, so okay, the first one just arrived. You see, according to what to how I told him to do it, and it flexed a bit weirdly here. I will explain you about the bugs of them in a while, but in general, you see that it just followed this path. If I open here the buoy menu to be able to see them. You see here, it just followed this path. It just followed it. So it hit all the buoys. It goes to the dock. And it will do the same on its way back. It's gonna follow the other waypoints that we told him to follow. Let's open here. Okay, day is coming back. Okay, it just goes like that. He does like a bit like of wiggling, tickling. Then he goes like here. Okay, the other seems to be faster. And of course it is faster because it just takes the simplest route, like between the two like targets, the two destinations. But the point is, if you have like 10 or 20 of them and everybody's trying to take the same route, it will be a complete mess. And especially if you have, let's say, 10 meteors and 10 like container ships and 10 like tankers, this is going to be really bad, because the meteors, if they're stuck behind a tanker, they will have to find a way to surpass it. So this is so simple. You just plop down the buoys, you just add them like that to the like to the schedule, and that's it, and it starts working. And of course, if you want to find them or remove them again from here, from the menu, you just go here, you just either choose cancel buoy or remove buoy, and that's also helping you to see them when it's hard to see them. So you can see the purple like dots, which are very small. Okay, it will take out your eyes a bit, but it's fine. Okay, we saw how to set up the lines, we saw how to set up the buoys, so let's see how to fix and edit lines. So for example, I want to add another buoy. Okay, so I'm adding two additional waypoints, let's say here. Okay, and I want to add to this guy. So what should I do and how should I do it? So there is, if you go to the like route of this particular vehicle, okay, and double click in each waypoint, and in general the game has this mechanic that where you double click somewhere, okay, it opens the details and then for the stop, and then you can just see the stop. Okay, It has this mechanic, okay, but for the buoys, it's much simpler. So you just double click the waypoint and it just zooms in and you find out which waypoint it is. So we see the first waypoint in this line is the one closest to the harbor, okay, and we see that we added 2 waypoints here. So we see that our ship, the next waypoint it takes is after the harbor, the second waypoint is here, and the third waypoint is from here to here, okay. So we want to add this one. So how we're going to add this one? We just choose the waypoint before the one that we want to add, and then just simply go to new stop, add the waypoint. This is going to add the waypoint right after, as you see here. And now this waypoint is added to the route of this like ship. And on the same way, we can just simply find out which waypoint is a waypoint on the way back. So it's here, and after this waypoint we just want to add our new one, which is it? I don't even remember. Let's just see actually which is the next one. So the next one is this one. So in the middle are the new ones. So you see, just simple like that. I just saw which one was missing, just choosing new stop, and I'm just adding waypoint. And in the same way, you can just choose waypoints and remove them from the schedule by deleting stop. So it's simple as that. But you will see now that, let's talk a bit. We saw how to like place buoys, set up the line, and like to modify lines and change and alter lines with the buoys. And now let's see a bit, because this game is like one of the basic characteristics of Workers and Resources of the Republic is that it has a lot of bugs. So let's check a bit of the known bugs, at least the bugs that they managed to find, and some possible solutions over them. So the first bug is that you see sometimes the ships don't follow the buoys exactly. So for example, you would expect that if I set a buoy here and then a buoy here, that I would expect that the ship to pass through here and then draw a straight line. Sometimes this happens, but sometimes you see what they do. They go, instead of going from here all the way to here, they just go from here like a bit to the right and then to the left. I haven't figured out a really viable way to fix this thing, but the only thing that it improves this a bit is, first of all, place your buoys as further from the land as possible, because the ships in Workers and Resources have this like strong will to be closer to the land. You see like the ship that is just with default like schedule, it goes as close to the shore as possible, and when the buoys in the schedule are too far away from each other, the ships will just deviate from their course. They will not calculate correctly the straight line between the 2 waypoints, and they're just going to go as close to the shore as possible. And this is especially true if you have narrow passages in the rivers, or like in like some other narrow passages in the sea like that. Your ships will just zigzag around, so might be that you need a bit of extra care and place buoys closer to each other in a more frequent manner. But take care, because like there is a maximum of 30 or 35 stops that can be added to a vehicle schedule in Workers and Resources, and that's it, game's limitation. So mind that your schedule stops and waypoints should not exceed the 30-35 limit, because then you will not be able to add extra. And another bug is that if you see now, oh, you saw it right here. So what else the ships don't like is when they have waypoints that force them to take sharp turns. So for example, if from here, if we notice this meteor is coming all the way to here, and then it's forced to take this turn, which is, I don't know, around 100 degrees turn, okay? And he doesn't like this. And here the same, you see he has to take a very sharp turn early on, and you see he just wiggles and giggles a bit. So what I found about this is make the turns in the schedule as broad as possible. So for example, here you see that I have this sharp turn like that. So I would avoid this by just simply removing this buoy out. Okay, and if you want to add another one, just, you know, add it somewhere here to make a shallower turn, and then simply go to the schedule and find which waypoint, again with the technique that we just saw, then add this one here, and you will see now that And you see here also it has to take a sharp turn from here to here, and you see he went till here, he went back, then he crossed this one, and that's, I suspect this has to do with how they calculate the successful passes from the buoys. So it's something to do again with how the game is programmed, and they have a few bugs on it. So yeah, so you will see now that we have this shallower turn here, we will see that our little meteor is going to successfully turn better. So from here you see it was going to take this and much smoother turn. Okay, a bit still zigzag, but not this stopping and going again and like going around the buoys, you know, turning around itself. And so we're going to fix the same way here. We're just going to remove this buoy here, and we're going to remove this buoy here, and we'll just add a buoy earlier here and make something like this to be a bit shallower. Then open again the schedule of the little meteor. Find where is the last waypoint before the harbor. It's here, and we want to add these two in between. So simply just add 1 and 2, and this will make the schedule, the waypoints and the passage of the ship much smoother. And another thing, another bug is that when you place waypoints too close to ports, for example like here, the waypoint is too close to ports, sometimes there is very buggy animations on how the meteors exit the ports. You see what's happening here? It just turns around again. You see here, it has this weird animation. You see, it just goes through the land, it goes away, and sometimes with this animation can force him to miss some waypoints really close to ports. And if he misses a waypoint, or if it's registered as passed and he's somewhere else, again he's going to wiggle and tickle. So, and just turn around from himself. So avoid having waypoints too close to ports, and prefer to have them as furthest are possible, and in a, let's say in a shallow again turn like here. Okay, so we would add this now to him, and it would make his passage much easier. That will make your ships run a bit smoother in the predefined waypoints that you are setting for them. And if you see now, he just passed through, no problem, very smooth. Okay, he does a bit of zigzags, nothing is perfect unfortunately in this game, you have to be patient with that, and he just does like this. Here again the shallow turn will make some weird flexes, you see, turning around himself. If this was a bit further to the left, like here as we see it, it would allow him not to do this. Of course we can fix it the way I saw you. I guess that's it. Ships are very good in workers and resources. They have some bugs, buoys have some bugs. They are super useful though to help you manage your ship traffic while playing workers and resources of it. And having efficient ships is really important when you're trying to have a good economy in that game, or you're trying to carry efficiently passengers and goods. So guys, that was for it. If you like this tutorial, smash the like button and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell button to take all the latest notifications about my YouTube activity in your homepage, and write me down in the comments if you enjoyed this video, if you liked, if you find it useful, if you want more tutorials and about what in workers and resources or in other games that I play. And thank you for being here with me in Everyday Normal Greek. I was Stamatis, and stay tuned. I'll see you next time. Bye.